What's up? What's up? I'm out here doing post July 4th cleanup. Got it done. We had July 5th fireworks show last night, birthday party, all that stuff. And so anyway, I'm out here just doing my thing, listening to AJ. He's got me fired up about this whole like July 5th thing, because it's like, I don't know. I don't know how many other people felt it, but when, man, the 4th of July, the energy behind it, I just kind of felt like July 5th, that's another New Year's. It's kind of like a rebirth or something like that of America 2.0, 2020 version. Like the evil people that's been messing stuff up, man, they've been exposed so far. And there's no putting the cat back in the bag on that. So either people who love America are going to win, or people who hate America and want to destroy it because they're on a power grab and they just don't have good, solid perspective of reality, they're going to win. And they got a whole bunch of people on their side, but they're mindless, they're shallow, there's no depth to them. And so it's like, how do we get them to like see reality, at least get a beam of light of reality so that they can get to the foundation. And it hit me. I gotta make this video and talk about some of these numbers that's out there. And so especially young people, you gotta hear this out, right? So it's 25,000 miles around the earth at the equator. And these are estimated numbers, okay? It's pretty daggone close, okay? These numbers that I'm about to give you. So you can check it out for yourself, okay? Anyway, so it's 240,000 miles to the moon. Is 93 million miles to the sun. And then the next closest star other than our sun is Proxima Centauri, okay? 25 trillion miles away. So let me put that in perspective for you, right? If you live an entire lifetime of 75 years, you get about 657,000 hours in 75 years of life, right? So we're talking 93 million miles away to the sun, 903 million miles between the sun and Saturn, okay? Then you got Proxima Centauri, that's 25 trillion miles away. Go ahead and write those numbers down on paper. It makes it more real, okay? So, and we're spinning around the sun. We're traveling 66,000 miles an hour at all times, just hurling through space around the sun. It's amazing that that's happening. And you know what? There's order to it. So scientists who rely on order and like sequences and patterns and evidence behind their information, look at the whole universe around you. There's order in everything that exists. So to think that order just randomly generated out of nothing to create everything, that is illogical. That does not make sense. So there's got to be a standard, right? There's got to be a place that says, this is the foundation for your perspective of reality. This is where you need to be standing up so that you can gauge what's going on in front of you, okay? And that's what we've got, is we've got too many people that aren't properly assessing what's happening on a political landscape to be able to see things for as they are. And people got to wake up. So you got all those numbers that's out there. 657,000 hours if you get to live 75 years. We're hurling through space 66,000 miles an hour. You can't even feel it. We're walking. I'm walking right now on the ground. I'm literally hanging off the side of a ball. And there's order in all of this. But people don't want to believe in God. Okay? But then people that do believe in God, okay, so yeah, but which one? How do we know? Well, in America, which is the top nation in the world, the whole global economy goes through us. That's why we've been used. Okay, that's a whole other topic, but that's why we've been used is to dominate the rest of the world. But the whole rest of the world's got to pay their bills in dollars. Okay, we don't have to pay in their currency; they pay in ours. And so, the whole idea that founded the United States, where a peoples would govern themselves, that came with Western ideals. Where do Western ideals came from? They came from Christianity. And people, oh, well, that's just a system of control. Yeah, absolutely, it's a system of control. It's to help you keep in control. A damn steering wheel is a system of control. It keeps you from riding off the road, okay? So people have got all these arguments and this and that, whatever. Check the historical facts, y'all. Tacitus on Christ. Tacitus says that immense multitudes of people came together experiencing the worst kind of tortures that they could experience. All they had to do was deny Christ. The early Christians, they wouldn't do it. So they grew up an absolute minority amongst the Jewish people who didn't even control their own region. They were under the thumb of Rome, okay? So you got Rome, then you got the Jewish authorities, and then you got the Christians come up. All but John of the original disciples. This is all history. History. This isn't just any old religion and their stories about how it came to be. This is verified historical facts, y'all. And so on this new reboot that we got that I'm really picking up on, in this whole July 5th idea, okay, the day after independence, now what do we got to do to maintain our independence? I'm putting a call on people to spread the message that the historical facts of Christianity have to be taught in our public schools, because there's too many Americans that don't know what being America means. Like, what does that mean? What is the purpose of that? People don't know their history. There's a reason for that, okay? They say people that don't know their history are doomed to repeat it. Yep, bingo. That kind of gets lost in that we just say it. That's a little saying, and we kind of lose sight of the importance. But we've been neglecting history hard, okay? Folks, the religious aspects of it, maybe as it progresses on and people want more of that because they realize, hey, this historical fact stuff, like, I really need to take a better look at this because it's verified, but we're ignoring it. And people want to trust science. They can't even get a forecast right from one day to the next. It was supposed to rain. It was 100% chance of rain one day last week, I believe. No rain, okay? So it happens, right? But science is fallible, much more fallible than what you've got combining tons of historical documentation supporting the legitimacy of Christianity. And hey, everybody's got to try to walk that out on their own, okay? Just because the path is hard doesn't mean we should be changing it. We should be changing ourselves. And hey, it's a struggle. I'm not a perfect man, okay? There's people out there be like, man, he has been horribly mean to me, or he does this, or he does that, or he says this, and he don't go to church every Sunday. Hey, it is what it is. I'm trying to get by just like everybody else. We're all caught up in this cycle, trying to make money, trying to make it work, trying to provide, trying to have a good life, just trying to be tethered to the principles that God gave us to live by, okay? And for the people that don't believe that that's real, you have got to go and take a really hard look at the history of the science that's in the Bible, the things it's talking about with wind currents and water cycle and all of those things, and never been proven wrong. That's the thing, is it can't be proven wrong. There's some philosophical things that people don't understand, but the historical aspect, there's been tons of confirmation of things being correct in the Bible. There has never been anything that has disproven something in the Bible. So people need to take a hard look at that. And yeah, men have been involved, but men have been involved with translations, and there's a case. It's not going to ever be like, oh my gosh, it's definitive. Like, oh man, I'm here and I got this piece of grass and it's green, okay? Like, I mean, we can all agree that that's green unless you're colorblind, but then you're just wrong, okay? That's abnormal, right? Because things can be wrong, okay? But when you look at the total body of evidence, you're lying to yourself if you say that there's not something there, and you're afraid. You're afraid of what you're going to have to work towards changing. But Jesus died for every single person, okay? When he went to the cross, he knew who you were. He knew your story. He knew what you had been through. But really, it's just the feelings inside of you that is fear of the expectations that are going to come with that standard. But folks, if the majority of our society does not get to that standard, we are in serious trouble if we're not getting sight of the standard and working towards it. It's going to take generations to fix the things that's been done, if the things are going to be fixed. And it really starts with awareness of the historical facts that are there. People try to dispute them, but they're undefeated, and they'll always remain undefeated. And I just hope that on this whole idea of July 5th going forward, that people will get a greater level of awareness concerning the historical facts that verify the legitimacy of Christianity. God bless you on your journey. The truth is there if you'll go and find it, and the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.